Now it's time to discuss an important tool by which you can design the pile cap for two pile in just 3 to 5 minutes instead of following the lengthy process that may require to complete the design 1 hour or 2 hour. But by using this Excel sheet, you can design the pile cap for two file in just of 3 to 5 minutes. How you can use this Excel sheet? First of all, we are trying to understand that. So here it is given that how to use this Excel sheet. So while using this Excel sheet, you have to edit the values only in yellow cells. In white cells, you don't need to do anything because the formulas are actually fitted there. So you don't need to do in the white cells. And this orange color cell is actually giving the suggestion. It will give the suggested value, and that value you can adopt for the final design. And black cell, if you are getting anywhere in this Excel sheet, you have to skip that area. And if you are getting the red cell, it is the sign of the danger or failure, so you have to take care about. So first of all, we are going to look at a problem statement. So we actually have to design the pile cap for a column which is going to carry the load as 3500 kilonewton, and the size of the column has been given as 230 by 600. The ultimate pile capacity of each individual pile is 1800 kilonewton, where the diameter of pile we need to consider as 600 mm. Material that we have to use for the design of this pile cap, we need to consider it as M25, and the grade of steel we have to consider as Fe500. So finally we have to prepare the design details for the pile cap. So in respect of all these given data in the problem statement, we are going to start our design by using this Excel sheet. So first of all, as we have discussed earlier, we have to edit the values only in yellow cells. So first of all, define the material properties. So what material have suggested to consider? M25 grade of concrete has suggested to consider. The grade of steel we have suggested to consider as 500. So Fe415 here it is present. So you have to click on the side of this cell. So you will find the drop down list. So from this drop down list you can choose your required grade of steel. So I am going to choose as Fe500. Thereafter, what is the size of the column? So size of the column has been given as 230 by, this is the width, and this is what actually the depth of the column. So that I am going to put as 600. Thereafter, you need to define the total factored load. So total factored load we have given as 3500, and the capacity of one single pile has given as 1800 kilonewton. All these things you can find from here, 1800 and 3500, that I am actually defining here as per the problem definition. Thereafter, this Excel sheet is going to check whether this sheet is applicable for the design is possible or not, because the demand of number of piles required is coming out to be 2, and if demand of number of piles as 2 it is coming, then only this Excel sheet will be applicable. Otherwise, if number of piles required is coming out to be 3, 4, 5, then at that time this Excel sheet will not be applicable. Remember this point. So after the calculation we are getting the number of piles required as 2. That's why you are getting the sign here as in green cell, that is the sign of the OK. So here sheet is applicable. For an example, the load is coming out to be what, 4500 for an example. So number of piles are required as 3, and this sheet is actually for the only 2 piles. So we are getting the sign as sheet is not applicable. Automatically the sheet will give the intimation whether you can use this Excel sheet or not for the designing. So here basically our given load is what, 3500. So in respect of all this definition, your sheet is applicable, right? Now next, diameter of pile. So diameter of pile has given as 600 mm. Okay, the reaction under each of the pile is coming out to be 1750 kilonewton. It is actually what, kilonewton. Thereafter, diameter of the bar for the design. So I am going to consider diameter of bar as 20 mm at preliminary stage. It is what the assumption. Clear cover I am going to consider as 60. You can write as 50 also. You can write as whatever you want. So I am going to write it as what, 60 mm clear cover I am going to consider. Very important point, we have to find out the center to center distance between the two pile, and as per the codal recommendation it should be between the 2.5 to 3. So here I am going to consider center to center distance factor as 3. So it is going to become what, I am going to choose it as 2, 2.5, 2.75, 3, as per your convenience you can choose. So I am going to choose as 3. So 3 times diameter of the pile, that is going to become center to center distance between the two piles. 3 times diameter of pile. So diameter of pile is what, 600. and 3 times 600 is obviously going to become 1800. So sheet is going to consider that. Now clear edge distance. So IS code has suggested that the clear edge distance from the face of the pile till the edge of the pile cap, it should be minimum of at least 150 mm. So you have an option to choose as per your requirement. You can choose 150, you can choose 200, 250 likewise. So I'm going to consider it as what, 200 as of now. So total length of the pile cap is coming out to be 2800. Total width of the pile cap is actually coming out to be 1000. Now next, look at what does mean by the orange cell. This orange cell will give this safe value. So here after the calculation, the sheet is suggesting the overall depth of the pile cap should be taken as 1800 mm. So that will be probably safe in the design. So what I am going to do, I am going to take the depth of the pile cap as 1400 on the conservative side. You can take 1800 also, you can take 1500 also, you can take 1600 also. This all up to you. But we are going to follow, I am actually going to take this 1400. Now next, flexural design for the flexure per unit width of the pile cap, because we are going to find out the reinforcement along the length of the pile cap. We are going to find out the reinforcement along the width of the pile cap at bottom as well as at top. So now at bottom, design bending moment is coming out to be 1050. Area of reinforcement required as per the design moment as 1868.3 and minimum area of the reinforcement as 1680. So here we are going to choose the diameter of bar as 20 mm dia. Spacing required is coming out to be what? Try to understand, 150. So whatever the diameter of bar you are going to choose, and the Excel sheet is going to follow these two value. Among these two, design requirement and minimum requirement. Among these two, sheet is going to consider the maximum one. The formula is fitted there. So among this maximum one, and with a respect to define diameter of bar, sheet is suggesting how much the spacing should be for the safe design. So 168, but you know very well we are on providing on safer side, the spacing on lower side, that is what, 150 mm I am going to choose. You can take 160 also, you can take 165 also, but actually we are providing by rounding this by a factor of 25 mm, so that it will be easy to execute on side, because 25 mm will be equal to 1 inch. Okay, so that's why we are going to take the spacing as 150 mm center to center of the bar. So total reinforcement has provided as 20 mm dia at a spacing of 150 mm center to center as bottom. BOT means bottom reinforcement. You may ask a question, sir, if suppose we are doing the mistake, like if suppose instead of 168, this is what the spacing required, and we are going to provide the spacing more than of this, which will be definitely wrong. Suppose 200 I am going to provide. So what you are getting? You are going to provide the percentage of reinforcement as what? 0.118. Even with suppose you are going to provide 175. So this is also safe, because see your provided percentage of reinforcement is 0.135, which is more than of minimum percentage of reinforcement. But in any of the situation, if you are getting this reinforcement less than of minimum percentage, you will get the red sign. That is what, support 200 I am going to provide. So you are getting this percentage as 0.118, which is less than of 0.12%. So that will be what, a sign of the danger. So always you have to provide the spacing less than of this required. So I am going to provide as 150 mm center to center spacing. So it is what safe. That's why you are getting it in green cell. Now next, along the width of the column, so there is what, no design movement and no area of design reinforcement required. Only we have to follow minimum reinforcement. So I am going to provide 16 mm diameter of bar. So 119 mm spacing approximately required. So instead of providing this, we are going to provide 100 mm center to center spacing. So that is going to become actually what, 16 mm diameter of bar at a spacing of 100 mm center to center. So provided percentage of reinforcement is 0.151, which is more than of 0.12%. If by mistake you are going to provide the spacing more than of 119, so it is going, suppose I am going to provide 125, so suddenly you are getting what, percentage of reinforcement again 0.121. Suppose I am going to provide 130, so it is what, failing. You are going to provide the reinforcement less than of 0.12%. Okay, so always keep in mind I am going to provide as a 100 mm center to center. Now next, top reinforcement. These are the bottom reinforcement, not top reinforcement. On the top also we have to provide the minimum percentage of reinforcement as 0.06. On the top, normally how much the consultants are providing? 0.06 0.6. It is the half of 0.12% of reinforcement. Okay, so that we are going to provide here. So 0.12%, 0.06% by the percent, the area of the reinforcement is going to become 840, 840. For both direction top reinforcement, we are going to provide 12 mm diameter of bar. Spacing for the both direction required as 134. We are going to provide 125. So finally, reinforcement is going to be provided 12 mm diameter of bar at a spacing of 125 mm center to center in both of the direction. So percentage is going to become 0.068, which is greater than of 0.06. So it is again what, safe. So finally, we have completely covered the design for the flexure along the length and width of the pile cap. Now we have to finally do the one-way shear check and two-way shear check. So first we are going to perform the two-way shear, or we can say punching shear check, about a critical section at a distance of d by 2 from the face of the column. Okay, so from the face of the column, punching shear check has been considered in this figure. So here try to understand, due to some limitation we are unable to represent the pile by the circle. That's why we have presented the pile by the square or rectangle. Okay, by this is what the limitation to prepare. That's why we have not created it by circle. Just consider this point. So this you have to consider it as circle. Sizes is what, same. Now this is a punching area line at a distance of d by 2 from the face of the column. Okay, now what we need to do, we have to perform the punching shear check around the column. So reaction, how much it is coming, 1750. But if you are going to follow the code, there is a clause to reduce the shear value. So by what percentage, means only what percentage of reaction you have to consider here. What reaction factor RF percentage to be considered, you can refer this figure. So here it is what, 0, here it is what, 100%, and this is the line of judgment. It is actually the center of the pile. So the mid of this, it is 25, the mid of this 100, and this center, it is again 50, and this is 50. So it is 75, it is 25, it is 0. And where your judgment line is coming, try to understand that. So your judgment line, your judgment, this is your judgment line, the center of the pile, it is 50 and it is 0. So 0 to 50 it is coming, and it is a 25. So now it is a judgment line very close to your 50. So I can consider it as 40%. It is what, judgment line. You have to take the judgment to consider the percentage of reaction. So I can consider it as 40%. So I am going to consider it as 40%. In manual calculation, what we did, we have considered it as what, 39.17 by the calculation. But in actual, while you are going to take the judgment, you cannot choose the value by the fraction. You can take by the any round of value. So I can take 40. That's not a problem. This is what final design shear force. This is the shear perimeter. Now again, very important point. This is the total shear perimeter. But my dear friend, try to understand, this line is outside of the pile cap. This line is also outside of the pile cap. So this is not going to take a part of resisting the shear. Above side is also not taking the part of resisting the shear. This side. Only the part of this shear area coming inside of the pile cap taking the role for resisting the shear. So it is only 1000. It is only 1000 going to become 2000 resisting perimeter. Okay, so for that it is actually total perimeter. If you are going to calculate this spans, okay, it is coming out to total perimeter, but we are not going to follow the total perimeter. We have to reduce it. So how you can reduce? Two opposite sides, short sides. I am going to choose that. So two opposite short sides, it is going to become 3120. These two opposite short sides. But again there is a problem. We don't need to consider this part. We don't need to consider this part which is coming outside of the pile cap. This is also not considered, needed to consider. This is also not needed to consider. Then what? We need to consider only the portion coming inside of the pile cap. Then what? 1000 plus 1000 is going to become 2000. So we have to choose the another option. Let's say I am going to take 0.25% only. Whatever the total perimeter, amongst that I am going to consider 0.25 only, percent only you can call. So 25. So it is coming out to be 1745. So let's say okay, 2000 is actual. So still we are moving towards the safer side. Actually 2000 should come, and I am going to consider resisting perimeter only 1750 almost. So that is what acceptable, not a problem. Okay, you will be on safe side. Now after all of this calculation, this is a nominal shear coming due to shear force, this is the critical capacity, and by taking the punching shear ratio we are getting what, 0.546. So we are on safe side. Your design is safe for the punching. Likewise you have to do the check around the pile. So around the pile, again from the pile at a distance of d by 2 from the face of the pile, at a distance of d by 2 from the face of the pile, at a distance of d from the face of pile, at a distance of d by 2, sorry d by 2, d by 2, d by 2, all the direction d by 2 from the face of the pile. Okay, so this is what the line is coming. So what we need to do, we need to, it is the shear line around the pile. So basically how much the portion is coming inside of the pile, this is the outside, not important, this is not this is not important, this is not important, this is not important, all these lines are not important, only the portion coming inside of the pile cap is only important. Okay, so what I am going to do, actually this is what the total reaction we are going to consider. There will be no any reduction in the reaction, 100%. Now see, total reaction, design reaction, total perimeter of the circle around the pile. Okay, this is what, suppose circle, and around this pile there will be the circle. Okay, total. So actually what, it is the 100% perimeter, shear perimeter. Now would you like to consider 100%? No, only this portion is coming. I am going to consider approximately as 25%. So that's why I am going to say it is not the 100%, I am going to take as 25%. So shear perimeter is going to become 1515. Now after doing the calculation we are getting the nominal shear is this one, critical shear is this one, and final punching shear value we are getting 0.694. It is the final punching shear value around the pile. So your design depth and reinforcements are safe for the punch around the column, around the pile. Okay, now next finally we have to do the one-way shear check. This is a punching shear check, one-way shear check. One-way shear check we are going to perform at a distance of d by 2 from the face of the column. Now you may have a question, why I am going to follow the one-way shear check at a distance of d by 2. So answer to this question I have given in the manual calculation of the pile cap in detail. Why we are considering the one-way shear check at a distance of d by 2 from the face of the column instead of actual d. Normal foundation what we are following, we are performing the one-way shear check at a distance of d, not at a distance of d by 2, but here we are going to perform it at a distance of d by 2. So why we are doing this, I have given the answer to this question in our manual calculation of the design of the two pile cap. Okay, you can follow that. Now next reaction. Okay, for P1 and P2, pile 1 and pile 2, what reaction? Same reaction, both the piles are carrying the same reaction, and this is the percentage, see, reaction factor to be considered. So again at a distance of d by 2 you are going to consider from the face of the column, again the same section will come, so percentage will also be same. So the sheet will automatically going to fetch the same percentage that you earlier have selected. So you don't need to make the selection here because it's quite obvious, it will always be similar to your punching shear check. Okay, that's why the same value is actually present here. Now design shear force is going to become 700 only, because 40% multiplied by 1750. So 700 width of the critical section. At this critical section, what is the width of the pile cap? 1000. So the sheet automatically going to consider that 1000 width of the critical section. Nominal shear is coming out to be 0.526. Critical shear is coming out to be 0.297. Now here try to understand, your nominal shear is more than that of your critical, so actually design is failing. But my dear friend, here we have an option of shear enhancement factor. So what does mean by the shear enhancement factor? That also I have discussed in detail in our manual calculation of the two pile cap. So those who want to understand how to calculate the shear enhancement factor, what does mean by the shear enhancement factor, where it is given in the IS code, this shear enhancement factor, so for that you have to follow the manual calculation of the two pile cap. So next term, shear enhancement factor. Now shear capacity of your section is going to become 12.17. Now actually shear capacity will not be this one, your shear capacity of this section is going to become this one. Now this is the nominal shear, this is the critical shear. If you are going to take the ratio of nominal shear divided by your critical shear, so you will get the value of shear ratio as 0.043. Now your design of the pile cap for the one-way shear is also safe. Your design is safe for the punching shear, your design is safe for the one-way shear. So this is all about how you can design the pile cap by using this Excel sheet, especially for the pile cap for the two piles. Now finally, this sheet will also give you the detail, in plan detail as well as sectional elevation detail. So if you are going to see, the bottom reinforcement is shown by the dotted line, and top reinforcement were shown by the solid line. So as you can find, top reinforcement along the length and width as 12 mm diameter of bar at a spacing of 125 mm center to center, that is going to be represented by as top. Bottom reinforcement along the length 20 mm diameter of bar at a spacing of 150 mm center to center, and along the width 16 mm diameter of bar at a spacing of 100 mm center to center is actually we have provided. Now over the section, if you are going to see, so PCC first we need to provide of 150 mm thickness, and diameter of a pile is 16 mm diameter. Overall depth of the pile cap we have taken as what, 1400 mm. Top reinforcement in both the direction 12 at 125 center to center. Bottom reinforcement along the length of the pile cap is 20 at 150 mm center to center. Bottom reinforcement along the width of the pile cap as 16 at 100 mm center to center. So this is all about the design of the pile cap using the this Excel sheet, especially for the two piles. So hope that you all understood how to design the pile cap.